actually gets the results that you want to get, okay? I'm saying it again, it's kind of confusing, okay? So you want to have a micro focus, so that way in the macro, right? If you guys know, micro is short-term, macro is long-term, okay? In the micro, you want to have a micro focus so that in the macro, you get the results that you want to get, okay? And I want to give a story of a bamboo tree, okay? Anybody know how a bamboo tree grows?
Super fast.
Okay, super fast, okay? But when you plant a bamboo tree, okay, go try it, okay? Plant a bamboo tree, okay? And wait a year, okay? What you're gonna see is nothing, okay? Year one, a bamboo tree doesn't grow at all, okay? Year two, a bamboo tree grows very little. You'll see like a little sprout that grows, okay? Year three, you're gonna see about the same thing. And now you're frustrated. You're like, God dang it, I planted this thing 3 years ago. It doesn't grow, it's not working, I don't know what's going on, okay? Year four, you're gonna see a little bit more, but it's not very big, okay? Year five, okay, guess what happens?
Start shooting up.
Anybody know how fast a bamboo tree grows?
3 inches a day.
3 inches a day, okay? Grow up to 90 feet, okay, in like 30 days, okay? 90 feet in 30 days. But it took 5 years to get there, right? But it grew really, really quick, okay? So in the micro, it didn't look like much, right? Year one, it was like, man, maybe I didn't even plant it. Maybe I forgot, like, it was there, right? Year two, you're like, oh, okay, it's still there, okay? But like, man, that's disappointing, okay? Year three, same thing. Year four, same thing. You're like, God, I put in like, I watered it every single day. I did what I was supposed to, like all this stuff, and it's still a freaking like 3-inch green piece of grass sitting there, right? And then you kind of forget about it, right? Okay, and then year five, it just takes off. And it grows really, really fast. You guys know how strong bamboo is? Yeah, it's pretty much unbreakable, right? Like, bamboo is very strong, okay? The point is that there's a lot of things in the micro that you're not going to see results from, but long term, they're going to get you macro results, okay? But the thing is what a lot of people won't do is they won't realize that those micro things are going to get them to the macro, okay? So they'll stop doing the micro things. Because what if you kind of just, you didn't, I don't even know if bamboo takes water. Does it? You have to water it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most likely.
Most likely, okay. Right, you have to water it. What if you just forgot it was there and you stopped watering it? Right? Probably die, right? And it's the same thing with things that you do, right? Everybody wants the macro results, okay? Macro results may look a little different, right? And whatever success you want in your life looks a little different than probably the person standing next to you, okay? What you want your career to look like, what you want your finances to look like, what you want your family to look like, all that kind of different stuff looks different for everybody. But at the same time, everybody has to do the micro to get to the macro, right? Or the macro is just not going to look as pretty, right? Or it's not going to grow, okay? So, point being is, hey, have a micro focus with what you're doing. What you do today matters, right? I think people overlook that. What you're going to go out and do today matters for the macro, okay? It's going to determine where you are next week. It's going to determine where you are next month. It's going to determine where you are and who you are next year, okay? But a lot of people can't focus on that because, hey, they're like waiting for the macro. They're like, oh, let me just see who I am in 10 years, okay? You can, but you're probably not going to be as far along as you thought you would be if you don't focus on today, if you don't focus on growing today. Because what you do today matters, right? How you grow today matters. If you water yourself, right, just like a bamboo tree today, you're going to grow what's called roots, okay? Because what people don't see year 1 through 4 are the roots that are being grown, okay? Because if a bamboo tree didn't have roots, when it grew 90 feet in 30 days, what do you think would happen?
Fall right over.
It would fall over. It's useless, okay? But it grew roots for 4 years, but nobody saw them, right? You guys didn't even know it was part of the story because you didn't really think about it because the roots aren't even seen, right? It's just a little piece of grass that's poked up, right? You can't see all the roots that are being grown. It's the same thing with the micro things that you do, right? You'll see yourself grow a little bit, but everybody else around you may not see anything, right? Our business is a really good example of a bamboo or what's called a compound effect, okay? A compound effect, okay? Year 1 in our business, you're usually a rep, okay? You make about, if you're a good rep, you make 70, 80K, 90K maybe, okay? Especially with dropship, which is kind of insane to say. Average rep making, 40 to 60K, somewhere in there, right? Okay, year 2, hopefully you're promoted by now. You're a rookie owner. You're making, 6 figures or more on dropship, right? We did the example the other day, maybe 150 to 170K, okay, as a market manager, year 2, okay? Year 3, you're trying to grow an organization. You're starting to grow an organization, right? So you start bringing in residual income that usually increases your income anywhere from, 10 to 50K of depending on how good you are at promoting people, promoting outside deals, right? And then Roth is now in year 5, I think maybe going on to year 6, okay? And the organization took off like that, right? Now we have 60 plus offices throughout the country, and the dude makes like 60K in overrides every single month, okay? Right, so it's a huge increase in income, but there were so many roots grown those first 4 years, right? And even before that, he was in network marketing before, and he had done a lot of personal growth before, right? Which is like, hey, how did Roth get to regional so quickly? Well, it had been years before when he had started picking up books. It had been years before when he was going to, what Amway is, Amway conferences where he's learning about leadership and learning how to develop people and learning how to develop himself and actually get invested in self-development, right? There's a lot of stuff that was before that a lot of people were like, Roth, what are you doing, man? Like, go to college, right? Do something, like, you're just sitting there reading books, man, and you're sitting inside of a, back then they were in Menards, okay? Anybody know where Menards are?
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to complain about Target foot traffic, go staff at Menards for a little bit, okay? It's like sitting in the back of a Lowe's or a Home Depot, okay? You're going to see like 3 people a day, okay? And you got to learn to close them, okay? That's what he started out in, right? And I'm sure there were people around him that were, man, why are you standing inside a retailer, bro? Like, what are you doing, right? Now we make a lot of money doing it, but back then they didn't make a lot of money. Like, he would talk to his brother about the paychecks, and his brother was working his butt off at the airport, working like 60 hours a week, bringing home like maybe $600-700. And Roth would come home and his paycheck would be on the counter, and it's like $600 or $700 too. But Roth only worked like 40 hours a week, and all the Snapchats looked like he was having a blast inside the office, and that's why Carlos eventually got into the business. But there was a lot of things in the micro that a lot of people didn't see. There were a lot of roots being grown. There was a lot of self-development being happened in the micro. And they're not, those aren't sexy things, okay? Right? Those aren't like flashy things that people look at. But everybody's looking for those flashy things. Everybody's looking for that instant 30 days growing from 0 to 90 feet, right? But nobody wants to go year 1 through 4 with growing roots that nobody else can see. Right? If you're the one that's individually, if you're willing to say, hey man, I can take year 1 through 4. I'm willing to invest in myself, and it doesn't matter if anybody else sees anything. It doesn't matter if I even see anything, right? But I know deep down that I'm growing roots, because when I grow quickly, it's not going to fall apart. It's not going to fall over, okay? And that's what most people do, is they want to grow quickly, they want to get rich quick, okay? And then they don't know how to manage money, so they make $200,000 a year and they blow it all, because they don't know how to manage anything. Right? So what does it matter? Learn to grow roots. Learn to focus on the micro. What you do today matters. It's going to determine where you are or who you are a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. Okay? And be okay with not seeing some results right away. Because I guarantee you all success, long term, there was nothing up front. There was just a lot of roots being grown, so that way when they did have that success, they could actually withstand it. They could actually grow from it. They could actually double it and triple it, right? So learn to focus on the micro, learn that the compound effect is a thing, right? You're not going to see results right away. That's why people don't self-develop, okay? Because read a book, are you going to be a completely different person tomorrow?
No.
No, you're not. It's going to take a while to change your mentality. It's going to take a while to change your mindset, the way that you think. It's going to take a minute, right? Like it is, okay? You're not going to go from today and tomorrow, you're not going to be a millionaire. Like you're just not, right? So be willing to put in the work in the micro. Almost put the macro in the back of your mind. Know it's there, right? But focus on the micro. Focus on the little things that'll actually grow roots, right? And the actual things that'll root you down when you actually do become successful. Cool?
Cool.
That's all I have. Heck yeah.